Hello everyone, this is Christian Sasse Photo again, and today we have something really exciting. It's going to be about time itself. We're going to look at nature and slowing down eagles so we can see all the details. So I'll be with you in just under 2.5 minutes. And thank you for all being there. I can see lots of you are there. I'm really looking forward to this. So see you in a moment. And thanks to Osprey Mama for moderating this. Thank you. Right. Okay, let's just switch off the clock 1 second. Okay, here we are. Hello everyone, this is Christian Sasse and I've got someone here, a surprise, Shaya.
Hi there. My name's Shia Brights, and I'm just trying things out for today. Just checking out how Christian does his beautiful shows.
Yeah, so Shaya is actually a biology student and hopefully we'll be doing some shows together in the future. As you know, Rebecca has unfortunately left. Rebecca went to Alberta and took on a wildlife job there, which is great. So I've been doing the show for a few weeks on my own, which is not easy. And thanks to Osprey Mama, by the way, for moderating it. So now we got Shaya. So tell us a bit about you.
All right, cool. So I'm 22 years old. I born and raised in Vancouver. My whole family is from Brazil, so I have that whole ancestry behind me. I'm a third year biology student. I specialize in ecology, and I have a strong affinity for the marine systems. I used to work for the Vancouver Aquarium as a photographer there. I started just taking pictures of the guests, and as I got more skilled, I actually was able to take some really amazing photos of some of the animals that we have. So that'd be some of the stellar sea lions, the sea otters, the false killer whales, the white-sided dolphins. And that was, yeah, the wildlife photography is definitely my go-to. It's my favorite hobby. Yeah.
So they're all welcoming you. I can see that on both. Got Facebook up there. And
Wow, what a good crowd. Yo, you guys know how to spell my name. A lot of people spell my name wrong, but Shaia is the correct way. So points on that.
Yeah, so thanks everyone. I can see all the comments here. Facebook, we have them right in front of us. So it's really nice. The whole setup is just getting better and better. And you know what I'm looking forward to? Because Shaya is a young guy and he's what I like, he's very confident and he's very interested, very passionate. You need young people with passion,
Well,
That's
thank
what
you.
it's all about, passion and getting out there and doing things in wildlife. So I'm looking forward to giving more of these shows actually out there for you in the wild. And we're also not going to do only live streaming, but we're also going to do some production. So probably the live streams will go down a little bit because we'll do some productions too, so the quality should actually increase for you. That's the idea. Right.
Yes, fingers crossed. I will definitely try to deliver some really interesting. I want to stay with the educational theme because I want to share my enthusiasm of the natural world as well as try and educate. So yeah, that's my goal here on the show.
So that's really exciting. So then let's get to the topic today. So this is all about time today. And thank you for so many tuning in. It's really exciting on both Facebook and so on. I can see also Kim there on, I just see the comments. It's very nice. So we have a screen up here. This is the Facebook screen, and we have a lower screen here. And that is for YouTube. So we see both and all your comments are there. So it couldn't be a better setup. And now that I've got Shaya here, that's even better. So let's talk about time now. So time is the most I mean, I'm a physicist myself, and time is the most puzzling thing ever. There's the arrow of time, as you know. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could stop time? But we can't. Time is something that is inherently part of us, just like space is. We don't really know what time is, and we don't know why it is there. So we are all bound to time in one direction. Yet the camera has enabled us to capture time in a completely different way. We can replay things, and yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it? We can relive experiences, and we can look at it from many different ways that we cannot even memorize.
Exactly. I think being able to slow things down or even speed things up just gives you that extra perspective on a moment that has already passed. And perspective is pretty much is how we learn, and I mean it gives a detailed learning.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So what is interesting also about the camera is not only that you can play back things in real time, and you see that with the eagles and so on, and you get people like Lady Hawk and others, and many of you who make beautiful videos of the eagles as they grow up, but they also go at different speeds. And actually, it was an Austrian priest. His name was August Muska, yeah, that's German. August Muska, in the early 20th century, amazingly in a monastery, he invented slow motion.
Yeah, no, tied to that, Mendel, the grandfather of genetics,
Right.
was also a monk. I think pretty much in the same position, and he was growing beans for the church, and was able to find out that, hey, some have different traits and they get passed on. You can kind of mix them and you can isolate them. So it's people in the monasteries, we really got to give thanks for.
Yeah, and it's amazing. They have a lot of time to reflect, and they're often very good scientists, actually, isn't it? It's no wonder, again, that there has been a very gifted person in the monastery inventing slow motion, something that we really love today. Well, believe it or not, there are different types of slow motion, which may come as a surprise to you. We think slow motion, what is slow motion? Well, we slow down time. We are stretching time, really. We're stretching time. But there are different ways of doing this. Typically, when you see things done with an eagle camera, which you all like, you have these security cameras, and Lady Hawk or others slow down time, what they're really doing is they're stretching the footage, and they're interpolating the footage so that you can enjoy details that usually you cannot see with the eye. But that's not the only way to do it. Actually, there's a much better way that gives you much more detail, and that is called over cranking. Isn't that funny? You over crank something. So what does that really mean? Well, even your iPhone or your smartphone nowadays works with over cranking, and you can actually mix the two. So time stretching is taking something at 30 frames per second and just replaying it at a slower speed. You can slow things down, but you don't see more details really. You're just seeing the frames more one by one.
Yeah.
But if you do over cranking, and your phone nowadays can capture typically at 120 frames per second, you slow that down, you see a lot more detail of what happens in between. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, no, and that, I mean, on, those Snapchat filters, you do the fast forward. I noticed that that's kind of like time stretching.
Right.
You are kind of losing some quality, but I know, like, I have my slow-mo on my camera, and that would go with over cranking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's completely correct. So phones can also do over cranking now. And then, of course, you come to real over cranking, and that's where you have specialized equipment for it. And that's the equipment that I have. In order to go higher than that, you do need special equipment nowadays. And I will show you some of this as we go. So Anyway, that's the technical background of time. So it's overcranking. So I have one question for you. And by the way, Shaya, if you think of any quiz questions for our audience, you're a biologist, be spontaneous.
Oh, most definitely.
Just think of something. I'm going to give you the quiz question for you is, and you can phone in at any time you like. So I'm just going to put up the phone number here. Okay. Wait a sec. There we go. I have now blocked myself. So let me just get myself out of the way. Oh, yeah, here we go. That's it. That's fine. So the question for you is, there is, oh, no, I nearly said the word. Yeah. So there's slow motion. There's slow motion. What is the opposite of slow motion? Well, what do you think it is?
See, my original answer was fast motion.
Fast motion, yes. which is not incorrect, right? You could say it's fast motion, but there's something else. There's another term that we use actually. And I've actually used that last time. For those of you who've seen my Australian clips, I was using a certain term. What was that? So this is your chance to win a beautiful photograph and to dial in, okay? So it's all up to you. I'm just going to be sure our microphone is high enough here. And so think about that. In the meantime, let's get going because this is really going to be quite exciting. So there's the number. Osprey Mama, if you could be so kind and just put the number in the chat because I'm going to put the number away. So it's 425-223-4960. Thank you, everyone. So you all got the number now. So I'm just going to make it disappear again. There we go. So there comes Jessie, by the way, our dog. She also wants to be part of the show. Hey, Jessie. Oh. So Jessie, yeah, you can take up Jessie if you want.
So friendly.
You've got a real friendly dog here. And by the way, thanks for all your kind notes. I see. I just quickly want to greet you all. So whilst you have Jessie up here, so I just want to say hello to. Okay, I see Amanda there. I see Anna Marie, Kathy Harter, Gwyn Brown. Fourth the birds. Gosh, Baffle 91, DJ. I've seen Brenda. Who was that? Yeah. Gwyn, Carrie, and so on. Pamela, Wanda, oh my goodness, so many of you. Amanda again, and so on and so on. And I've seen Scott, Buddy Scott in the beginning already. I've seen Susan North, Anna Marie, and thank you so much, all of you, for participating. Even Guy is here. That is great. Guy is from. Gosh, now I can't remember from the DVE store in Washington, and he has supplied this wonderful magic screen that you see behind me, and much of the other equipment. I'm just going to have a quick look here at Ivani here. Ivani is also from Brazil, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Shirley. Let's see who else I see there. Audrey, Linda, Grace, Rick, Kim, Carrie, Mandy, and so on. Thank you so much for participating. Marty, and so on. Very nice to have you all here. So I've got all the screens. We can really see you live.
Yeah, there's actually, well, if you guys could see, there's like at least 4 screens right now, and they're all doing some crazy stuff.
Well, this is your first day here, so...
I also just want to say thanks for the warm welcome. I really didn't expect to get received this well. So I appreciate it. I actually do feel welcomed. Like I'm way less nervous than I was when it started. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, yeah, well, they make it very easy. We've got a very supportive... Jenny is also here. Very nice to have another moderator here. Very nice, another admin. Hi, Jenny. Very nice to have you. So let's go. So I'm going to jump straight into Japan now. This is going to be quite exciting because all the footage that you see now was captured by myself, and we're going to talk about it. You're going to see footage that you have never seen before. It's not because every footage is unique. It is because we're going to jump to Hokkaido first, and you're going to see footage there that is done in slow motion. So you've seen a lot of fights, but you have not seen them in slow motion. Then we're going to show you some hummingbirds in slow motion that I've done in my own backyard, and then we're going to jump to some things in Alaska done in slow motion, also footage you have not seen before. So everything is quite unique here. So the first thing you're going to see, and you might be surprised, I'm just going to get us out of the way here. There we go, because that's quite important. And I'm going to start now with a barrel roll. I have never managed to capture a barrel roll on an eagle. They do it sometimes. It's nearly impossible. Well, I was there at the right time, and here it is. It is a Stellar's eagle doing a barrel roll. Here you go. So this is not slow motion. This is original speed.
那你打的560嘛，一样嘛。
够不上，
Wow.
560跟600没
太不清楚了。
There we go. So
第5还
precise.
是第8我。
第五，
Well, I'm going to show you this again. I'm really proud of this clip. Why am I proud of it? Because it's so difficult to capture. It was, and why is it doing a barrel roll? I have no idea. But it was like an attack thing. It was attacking the other eagle. But it is a Stellar's of all things doing a barrel roll. I think I'm the only one who has such footage at the moment. Did you see that attack?
I can see that. You know, for me, it looks way more intimidating if something coming down to attacking me is just kind of doing some spins. You know, I think I'd run away right before it hit the ground.
Yeah, and it's a big. I mean, these are much bigger than our bald eagle, right? And you saw that it's incredible doing this maneuver, right? And this is in real time. You can see the maneuverability of these birds are just incredible. So I'm very glad to show you this. This is probably the first one ever shown. And now I want to show you first Hokkaido or on the snow in real time. So I'm going to show you, they both have Stellars and whitetails. So this is real time. These Stellars are huge. They're beautiful birds, absolutely beautiful. And you can see next to it, those are not ravens. Those are crows, by the way. Those are crows, right? So it's quite incredible. So
Do you know what they're eating, Christian?
no, yes, of course. This is a mixture of fish, and it depends on what they actually fish. So the Japanese are very ecological. They're really, and this is something you would love. They're very ecological, so it depends on their daily catch, and whatever is left over, they give to the eagles.
Interesting.
Which is really nice. It's completely legal, and that's how they survive in winter. And that's why so many come from Eastern Russia there. So it's
Fascinating.
yes.
See, it's oddly enough, I know someone told me if I want to see a bunch of eagles all at one place, go to the dump.
Yeah, go to absolutely, and we've done beautiful ones, but this, of course, is much nicer than
Yeah,
dump,
way more
right?
pristine, way more of a natural setting.
So you can see this. I want you to appreciate is the real time. So there's a huge. I mean, these are huge birds. These are huge birds, and that's a juvenile Stellar that you see in the middle there. You can see a white
The
tail.
lighter color one?
Yeah, the lighter color
Okay.
one in the back is a white-tailed eagle. Typically, you have that also in Europe. We have people here from the nests here in Norway. They have white-tailed eagles and so on. And they are slightly bigger than our bald eagle. But you can see the size difference already there. It's incredible. But the whitetails are very sneaky. I'm going to show you what they do in between to get food. So here we go. The first one is a juvenile stealing. So you're going to see slow motion now. So I had this Sony video camera that captured at 1000 frames per second. So here we go. This is the first one, and you can see there was a strong wind flying sideways in, and I'm really going to let you enjoy this now. This is all, of course, in silence because you can't capture audio in real time. It's just like, so that's why you don't have it, but it's going to come in there and sneak away something. Okay, so this is the first scene. As I said, this is completely new to the world. They've never seen this like this in slow motion of Stellars and so on. You can see how sneaky it's taking it away. This is all happening in less than a second. This is split second. So that's the first scene. The next scene I'm going to show you is a kite. Now, kites are amazing. I'd never seen them before, but I know from many of you, you've seen kites. Yeah.
You're not talking about like a regular kite.
No,
Oh,
I'm
there we
talking
go.
about the raptor from the family of the kites. Yeah. And what's so interesting is their feet are very weak, but they are crazy fast. And this is how they steal things. So you're going to see a kite coming in here. You see that from the top left? That's a kite dropping down like a stone and stealing something. You can see how slow the motion is of the eagles.
And you definitely see the size difference.
Yeah, the size difference, but the kites are insanely fast. This is a split of a second that you saw there, and it came in to steal this. So you could get to appreciate things really in slow motion, And I was quite a distance. I used a huge lens for this, Well, actually, I used this was taken with the 800. No, was it? No, sorry, this was my video camera. So this was as close as I could get. But you can see this is like an airport, a crazy airport, where things flying in and out. So I'm going to let you enjoy it. Each of them are about 1 minute. Wow, love the slow motion footage. Do you, Amanda? That's very nice. Baffle says, amazing how quick they are. Buddy Scott, yes. I'm white-tailed eagles, and eagles I'm going to with Lady Hawk. You can. It's stunning. And let's see what's going on. I'm also going to have a quick look. Awesome. Thank you, baby. Oh gosh, goody. Terry, thank you very much. Hi. Very nice you're all watching. So enjoy this. So the next scene you're going to see now is layers of eagles. I call this one layers of eagles. Is that right? 1, 2. Let me just make sure I have the right one here. Hang on. Wait. Let me just see. This was the kite stealing one. No, this was. Hang on. Let me just see.
I thought of a question to ask.
You ask a question.
There we go.
You ask a question.
Tying it to biology, I know that perception can shift depending on what species you are, how your eyes work. So could you guys name any type of species that perceives the world in slow motion? Can you think of any animals or any other types of species that can perceive the world in slow motion? That'd be a good question to call in.
Now that is quite interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I may have the sequences a little bit mixed up, which surprised me. I thought I'm very German. I usually mark things very carefully, but maybe that one escaped me. So let me just go to the next clip here. Somewhere are the layers of eagles. Maybe I got my number system here wrong. So let's just see. 1 second. I think this is the layers of eagles. So just repeat your question again.
All right. So once again, the question would be, can you guys name a species of animal that is able to perceive the world in slow motion?
I see an answer here.
Ooh, no, you're definitely right with owl.
Oh, there you go. You definitely.
But I am thinking of something else. But I mean, you got the right answer.
So there you are, your layers of eagles. This is so insane. Out of nowhere, from complete organization comes complete chaos. And the flight, this is all happening in a split of a second, what you see here. It's 1-2 seconds. And it's incredible. So that's why I'm showing you this. It's just beautiful to see how these animals, that's my layers.
I just read a really funny comment. Oh, what? Sloth.
Yeah, sloth.
I actually don't know if they perceive the world in slow motion, but it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility being slow and whatnot.
It's interesting. So they perceive it in slow motion. They really do.
Yeah, because they're able to take in the information way more quicker. Like their eyes to the brain is able to take the information way quicker than a human would. I have one particular example in my head, but I'll just
wait. Well, I'm curious. So here's another question for you to phone in if you wish. So my next one is called reverse flight, and I hope. Yes, that's a reverse flight. Now watch how he takes off. This is incredible. If you would think I have filmed this in the wrong direction, but it's not. It's reversing the flight direction, which I thought wasn't possible. So they're making perfect use of the wind and flying backwards and then turning. It's just incredible.
So what's he got in his mouth right there?
This is all parts of fish. This typically would be cod or all kinds of different fish.
Delicious.
And it's all frozen. They really hammer this apart. It's very cold there. It was very cold when I was filming this.
It looks quite frigid. Is that a lake or is that a?
Yes, that is a frozen lake. Okay. It's a huge frozen lake. Absolutely, yes. So very nice to see. So the next one is called. This shows you what a white-tailed eagle does. Watch the right side here. So there's so much going on. Watch the right side. I hope, I should have the sequence correct now. Just wait a little bit as it evolves. So you see two stellars fighting with each other there. You see a juvenile and an adult. The adult is on the left, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens is the whitetails are sitting there. The whitetails are the one that look more light and have a fairly light beak. And they sneak in and they use the moments when the others fight. They are not as strong as the stellars are, but they are very smart.
Yeah, more opportunistic.
Exactly. They are much more opportunistic. So That is the scene here. Whilst the two fight, you could just make out, you might have to watch this scene again.
That's also a beautiful scene of the crow as well.
Of the crow, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, and that is a crow. It's not a raven, which is quite remarkable because it looks exactly like a raven, but it's not. It's not. It's a crow. So yes, absolutely. So the gist here was the white-tailed eagle did not succeed stealing the food, but it is absolutely opportunistic. And the next one is called From Peace to Chaos. From absolute peace, I was always wondering, how does it suddenly happen? And you see these photographers, and here it comes from peace to chaos, complete chaos, in a split of a second.
Oh, wow.
And it's so beautiful. We can capture this at 1,000 frames per second because it's not possible to even make out what's going on. Someone has sneaked out some food, and there it starts. There's rivalry and there's new hierarchy going on.
It's like my house at Christmas dinner.
Lots and lots and lots of things going on there. There is Osprey Mama. She's just giving me something. So hang on, Osprey Mama. Thank you for giving me. Pamela wants to know from you whatever happened to the hawk that was raised with the bald eagles. Well, we don't know is the answer. That's this beautiful documentary I was able to make. Pamela, we don't know what actually happened. We lost it, I think, in the beginning of July. And because there are so many red-tailed hawks, we just don't know. I know I get asked that all the time, and I wish, but we couldn't ban it. Biologists couldn't ban it because people would have been so offended. It would have been so. That's one of the controversies of the balance. They would have loved to go up and ban the bird, but I think there would have been such objection from the community. So unfortunately, we don't know. Yeah.
But it's so interesting to think, like, if you could see it mature and go into an adult life, like, would it maintain the same behaviors as a red tail?
And that's a great question.
Or nature versus nurture? This is the ultimate question.
Yeah, that's the ultimate question because it was so imprinted by bald eagles, and we don't know the answer to that. We don't know. And also, do they see bald eagles as a threat?
Exactly.
And we don't know the answer to that. Okay, so the next one is called challenge. Challenge. So what is the challenge here? So let's have a look at the details. So again,
you can check out that posture. It's already kind of
the posture. It's quite incredible. You can see they come in like a bomber. Like a real threatening. So here comes the challenge. Someone coming in, really sneaking in, and it's going to end up. You're going to see what's going to happen in a second. Again, split of a second. What happens here? And here we go. The wings are flying, and you can see. The challenge is successful. Get off the food. It's my turn now. and you can see all the juveniles in the background just watching. And there comes the next adult chasing probably females because they're much bigger, chasing the other one away, right? So.
And I mentioned to you this earlier when you first showed me this, but the wings, I think those are one of the most beautiful wings I've seen on a bird, especially.
They are. The stellar is incredibly beautiful. I was so fascinated. And, I have such beautiful close-ups of the stellars. And if there's interest, I can show them. I have the most beautiful videos of stellars in incredible detail, how they look and so on. It wasn't part of this show, but certainly something we can do later. So the next one is called the white-tailed, the opportunist. So we're going to, now the white-tail is actually going to, hopefully you're going to see a scene now where something is going to evolve, where a whitetail sneaks out something because they're just a little bit faster.
Anything to get that extra edge, though.
Yes. And thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Osprey Mama, for asking for the thumbs up. And Osprey Mama, I will read your comments. If there are any special comments, just text me. And, sorry if I missed them in the chat, but I'm definitely reading. The same for Facebook. I'm going to see if there are anyone. Kim, yes. Oh, yes, hummingbirds. We're going to get to hummingbirds in one moment. Shirley, fantastic capture. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's the right answer. Kim Stout?
Yes.
You got fly. That was what I was thinking. Flies.
Oh, so there you go, flies.
Yeah, flies perceive the world in slow motion. So that's why when you're just trying to squish one, it's always that one step ahead of you.
Well, that's marvelous. Well, Kim, send me an email. Here's the email, zasavoda@gmail.com, and you will get you will get a nice picture from me because you have actually answered it correctly. Okay, so send me there's disasterphoto@gmail.com. Well done, Kim. And I also apologize. Last time, I think I forgot to send out the winning picture. I was very busy, unfortunately. I'm happy that Shaya is going to join me now. It's going to give me a little bit more air. So do send me again the request, whoever won last time. I apologize for that. So that was just the quickly coming in. So that was, where are we now? We're having such an interesting discussion here. The next scene is called, I think, Juvie Chaos. Is that right? Is this the Juvie Chaos? We've got a few more. I think the next one is called Juvie Chaos. Again, let me just see what's going on here.
And once again, with the size, like that crow is just dwarfed.
Isn't it dwarf? And it's huge as such, when you see it, it's just big. I mean, I've been right next to a Stellars. They are huge birds. They're incredibly big.
Yeah. No, I had an eagle fly over me.
Right
over my head, and I thought it was quite massive. And for you to tell me that these are 20% larger than a bald eagle, I'd love to see that in person.
And here you can see, that's why I call it Juvie Challenge, because the Juvies are the ones who challenge each other most of all, irrespective of what type of eagle it is. They always do that, and you can see a lot going on there. There, Kim, thank you very much. Kim just wrote to me. I saw it on my Apple Watch. I got your email. That's very nice you did. So I will definitely respond. Thank you very much, Kim, for doing that. Okay, so next one is called Locked Talons. Now, this is something you seldom see in slow motion. They've seen of bald eagles, but you have not seen locked talons before from Stellars, I'm sure, and not in slow motion. So this is coming up right now. So just give it, each of these are about a minute long. So that was good, the fly. We have this beautiful slow motion camera, and we're going to do how about doing some slow motions on flies? I mean, it's just,
exactly.
They're so remarkable.
Yeah, it's so lovely. Like, I know I've definitely seen a lot of YouTube channels just getting the most domestic household objects or activities and just slowing it down. And it's almost like it's a different world. Popping a balloon.
And there you are.
Anything.
You see how they're locking their talons there. It's quite incredible. You see there's some locked talons there, and there's one you see there's an opportunist coming out quickly and getting out of the way whilst these fight. You see, it's quite remarkable. Do you see how skew they can fly? They can fly at crazy angles. So again, and then the final one I'm going to show you is called Too Heavy, and it'll speak for itself. Too Heavy. So here we go. Yeah, it always takes a bit of time, and it's called Too Heavy. And I'll just let you watch and figure out why it's called Too Heavy.
So what were the conditions like when you were filming?
Very cold and very windy. I was freezing my ass off. I'm not joking. My face was frozen. My hands, because I usually film without gloves. I cannot have gloves on.
It takes away from your dexterity.
Yes, and I just need the touch. And my hands I could hardly touch them, but I just wanted the footage, and I'm completely concentrated, and afterwards I'm dead because it's so much concentration, I'm completely concentrated when I do things. I forget everything around me. And it takes a lot of energy, I can tell you that. And there you go. So that's called Too Heavy. So let me see, did he land again? I think he did. I wasn't watching. Let me just play this one again, sorry. But right there, what should have happened, if I have this scene correctly, the fish was too heavy for the juvenile and it came down again. So let's just watch this again. I was talking, so sorry. I just have to look again at this last scene here. I love the baby's body. There we go. Let's see what we have on. Prefer raptors to I can't even say the word.
Entomology?
Entomology, yes. That's funny. Yeah, there we go. It's too heavy. You see that juvenile's trying to escape and cannot escape because it's too heavy to load, and everybody's watching. And the moment the juvenile comes down, and you can see this is all again you're out for attack. He's trying to get out, but he's overdone it typical two. And there he comes down again. Look, they're already watching him.
He's looked down and he's realized.
And there they go. There they go for him. Rum. And that's it. Yeah, and that's the final scene that I want to show you. So we're going to do a quick jump now to hummingbirds, just not very long, but just something different. So yeah, that was a hummingbird. Did you see it? Okay, once more. I'm going to show you a hummingbird. So that's taking my garden. There. All clear? I wonder if hummingbirds see things in slow motion, you know?
Apparently, one of the comments was they do.
Yeah, do.
And I could imagine when you're going that quick.
And you see how quick they go. This is they're interacting. Did you see how... And the other one is watching him the whole time. And that's in real time. So this happened in real time. I'll show you this again. And we have no idea what's going on. Look, this is a pair. And you can see that they're clearly interacting with each other, but this is way past. So what I did here is I set up a special experiment. I put a high lamp there. I put a special fan to put some, and I was really mean, an industrial fan to put a bit of draft in so that I could watch them.
Hover.
Yeah. I could watch them really. So this was my experimental setup, and there's the high-speed camera too that was there. And this is the result. And what is absolutely magnificent, you can remember last time we had the chicken. Remember the chicken head that keeps the head completely level?
Oh, a ginder?
Yeah, it's like a gimbal. It's a perfect. Yeah, you have the right word. It's a perfect gimbal. And hummingbirds do exactly the same because their whole computer system is up there, and it doesn't need to be disturbed. They're flapping wings at 50 to 100 times per second, and sometimes faster.
Exactly, especially with having a needle-like beak. Like, you don't want to be like moving your head around. You need that extra stability.
Exactly, and this is a curious photo. Now this is taken off a video. This happens because the video is only going at 1/60th of a second, and you call this rolling shutter. It's a effect of rolling shutter.
Before.
It's because your shutter is coming down, and in the meantime the bird has moved, and it stretches the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It's called a rolling shutter, and that's how fast hummingbirds are. And there's one coming in. Here's my artificial wind. You see that?
There we go. You see the gust.
Yeah, you can see the gust, and it's beautiful because you can see how weak their feet are. They're very weak.
Quite dainty, yeah.
Very dainty, but they got this incredible. They are complete muscular packets.
Exactly.
You know?
So how many frames per second was this again?
Oh, this was all at 1,000 frames per second.
Okay,
so,
cool. But it still looks so fast.
It still
Yeah.
And if you watch their wings carefully, you can see the insect flips the wing. Well, they do it too. They flip it. So 70% of the time it's front and 30%. So no, it flips like this, almost like an insect, but not quite. So about 70% is used for upward lift and 30% for downward lift.
Interesting. I understand. Yeah. I can see that.
So it's quite so yes, and some of you remember now this one is funny. So this is called racing around a corner, and now you can see how maneuverable hummingbirds are. Look at that.
Look at that. It's like he's doing a drift.
He's doing a drift backwards. He's doing it backwards. Thank you, Osprey Mama, for the donation. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Hi, Jack is there too. Jack, you're just here. Jack Mullen, my friend, is just here on time to see some slow motion as we come to Dutch Harbor in a second. So there you go. And I just have to show you this again because it is so beautiful. You can see it's really taking the corner backwards. It's quite incredible. Look at this. Look at this.
That's wonderful.
I mean, it's something you can only appreciate in slow motion. It's just so beautiful. So now we jump, and Jack is just on time. We jump. You haven't been late at all. We are jumping straight into Dutch Harbor, and the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all about Dutch Harbor, and this is quite incredible because, well, it all speaks for itself. I mean, there is no place where I got better slow motion from so close as Dutch Harbor. Ooh. And you will see why, okay? But you have seen many eagles land, but I'm sure you haven't seen an eagle photographed from the front landing with such beautiful detail, okay? So this is absolutely incredible. That's how the dream shots come.
And even just having that little wave in the background.
Yes, exactly. And that's the ocean in the background. I mean, Jack and I, so nice that Jack's here, by the way. So welcome. Thanks to my great friend Jack. he's captain of a fisher boat, and he now does a lot of talks. He's got his own book. But I'm just going to show you that scene again because it's so beautiful. You've seen some of my eagle shots, but I've never managed to get a slow motion of an eagle landing towards me, looking at head on in such detail. So it's. Alaska is my dream trip, says Grace. Yes, and it is a dream trip. I mean, the level of details. I mean, I got a lot of good footage in Japan, but this detail is only possible together with Jack Molan. I would have never been able to get anything like this in such detail. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at the ocean. I mean, it's the perfect photography. I wouldn't know anything better than that. And by the way, here comes a juvenile taking off. Oh, go on.
So when you are filming in slow-mo, what do you have to take into account that's different than regular? Like, do you have to compensate for being overexposed?
That's a great question. You have to do everything manual. The focus is manual, which is really difficult, very difficult. You're doing everything in manual mode, right? And also the exposure, everything. So you're watching the screen at the back, which is very, very difficult because it's an LCD screen. It's not very good, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have a lot of luck too. What is good, however, is it works differently because the normal camera, you trigger when the event is about to happen. Now we don't know what happens. So this is always going in a loop all the time, and you press the stop button. Mm-hmm. So whatever happens 8 seconds before. So it's actually very convenient, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's much better. The same with the Sony camera.
And
so
look at that liftoff.
Yeah, the liftoff is beautiful, isn't it? So again, this is, as Jack already said, it's also the light that was incredible. And this is right next to the Cornelia Marie. Right at the harbor. It's just very nice, an eagle taking off.
Interesting.
Right? So really beautiful details. So you can see an eagle taking off there, and it just gives you crazy detail that you usually do not see. I have excluded purposely the two main scenes that you see when you come on my channel. They're already there, so I haven't taken the eagle fight. I wanted to show you some scenes that you have not seen before. Here's a juvenile jumping in, and I think this is one of the fights it's going to get into. It's quite, it's quite tremendous. So let's just hang on. It'll come in at. It's all going to happen. All this happens in a split of a second.
Exactly. Right? So you have to be prepared all the time.
All the time, and you have to be wide awake. And Jack knows how much energy this takes to do such footage. I mean, you have to be so alert, absolutely alert. So we're just going to wait a bit. I think something's about to happen there, if I remember. Yes, it's a longer clip. I'm letting you see this. So he's starting to eat some fish there, but it's only 1 second later where, your piece is gone. Osprey Mama says, I can never get enough. Well, that's very nice. And Dee Dee's, wow, so amazing. Glenn Hazelwoody, I love Dutch Harbor. Lady Hawk says, wow, the juvie took off with a fish in this town. Exactly. So we just have to wait for a second. A few seconds. But I'm just leaving this like this to run. It's going to happen now. I think there's some attack happening, if I remember correctly. Now, I hope I got the right.
Please remind me whereabouts this is again.
Dutch Harbor is on the Aleutian Islands. Now, what's interesting, Shia, about the Aleutian Islands is it's a ring of volcanic islands, about 40 volcanic islands, going all the way past Hawaii. So it's west of Hawaii. It's about 300-400 miles west of Hawaii. Most Americans believe that Hawaii is the most western part. It's not. Dutch Harbor is definitely west of that. And the time is on Alaskan time. So the time difference between Hawaii and us is 3 hours. And Alaska and Dutch Harbor should actually be 3.5 to 4 hours. But it's only 1 hour. So it means you get up in peace at 8-9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. You have your breakfast, and then the eagles wake up in the morning. So it's very nice for a photographer because you don't have to be the early bird. So Jack and I used to have a very nice breakfast in peace, and then we would get out, and then slowly the eagles would wake up. It's quite nice that way. So we get on the way at about. Let me just see. Jack Molan is here. Yes, I do know. Good. Anyway, so you can see there's a lot of kerfuffle there. So let's jump to the next one. This is just a real close-up. And this is about a fish. It just is incredible because, again, this is taken with with a lot of, the eagle stole the fish. It happens all the time. I just wanted to show you this that you usually don't see, but just show you this gesture here in slow
roar.
motion. Yes. And it's it's incredible. Now the sound would have gone
in slow-mo. That would have been amazing.
And this was less than 10 feet away from me.
I was going to ask that. How far were you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. This is just so amazing. I can never, and I will never get over Dutch Harbor. I think Jack and I will just have to go again because I don't know if he wants to, but I just can't get enough of that place. It's just so beautiful. So it was just a slow motion. So I think something's still going to happen here, but sitting on its fish there. So that's mainly pollock, by the way.
Well, he's got two, so he's got...
This is just a beautiful slow one. That's exactly, now I remember why I had this. Just look at that incredible detail there. It's just beautiful. I mean, look at these talons. It's just this must be a massive female. These Alaskan eagles are just so much bigger.
So do we have like a strong like sexual dimorphism when it comes to eagles?
Yes.
How could I tell?
Well, you can't really. Well, you measure the beak size and the helix of the talon, the hillock, sorry, and you can actually, by measuring it, you can tell the difference. Yes.
So would the females be larger?
Yes, much larger, much larger. They are, and then of course by DNA anyway. Yeah. So this is the final scene here. I don't remember what there was, but I think there's a lot of kerfuffle here again.
Great background.
Oh yeah, great background. Look at this. I mean, this is just another juvenile challenging here, and just a 5-year-old or so. But you can see this happens so quickly. This is just incredible beauty. And look at with the background. It's just dream scenes. And I have videos after videos. This is a small selection of
and it's quite rugged, like they're a bit like messy.
yes they are and they are rough and they are tough, and there's another one coming in. It's just incredible, and every time facing you, it's so beautiful. They
the composition for each frame,
it's perfect. It's just like you say, it's the perfect composition.
Because you got the great depth too. You got the the front, the middle, and the back.
And the depth. So from a photography point of view, it's really quite beautiful. Yeah, and you know what? I didn't actually want to make it too long here. That's the final scene. So let me just jump and get us from close by. And thanks again, Jack, for being here. That's really nice that you could be here. So I wanted to say I'm actually going to Hawaii tomorrow.
Take me with you, please.
Yeah. I'm actually, and I should say we. My wife's also Brazilian. He's Brazilian originally. So my wife's Brazilian, Rosanna. I've got a lovely wife, and we're going to Brazil. Hawaii. I'm sorry, and we're going to the volcanic. I should remember the name, but it's where the volcanic area is. I love the volcanic and the geology, and they also have Mauna Kea there. So that's the island. We're going to rent a jeep and go 1 week of hiking and wonderful trips and so on. So there will be no next Friday, but there'll be a Friday after next Friday, and that I hope is when Shaya's going to come in.
I'm looking forward to it. The most
so we are going to. So it'll go again in 14 days, and it's very nice having you here. So thanks for being with us. So I'll be in Hawaii. I don't know if I'm going to broadcast live from there. I don't know if I will. I will do something spontaneous. Maybe on the beach, but they have these incredible, they have the black beach and have the green beach.
I was thinking the black beaches.
The black beach is quite incredible. Enjoy the time together, says Karen. Yes, I will. And so we had no phone call today. I think we didn't, unless I put the speaker on quiet. No, I don't think so. I don't think there was. Let me just check, make sure. No, there was no phone call today. So that's okay. Well, fine. That's okay. So anyway, my friends, I wanted to wish you a lovely. So I just have to do this. So I'll first say goodbye to the Facebook, all my Facebook peoples. Kim, thank you very much, and I'll send you your picture. Melody, Pat, Karen, Grace, Ginger, Bill. Bill Kitchen's also there, very nice. Everybody, Charlotte, and so on. Thank you for being with us on Facebook. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in 14 days.
Thanks for the great reception, guys. I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. And have a great weekend.
Very nice. Okay, so we're going to finally say also goodbye to, here we go. That is, we're going to say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. Bethel. Okay, I'm just going to mention you all. DJ. Okay, Fourth the Birds, Lynn, Carrie, Amanda, Pamela, Jenny, thank you very much. Osprey Mama, thank you very much also for the donation. Glenn Hazelwoody, let's see, Tom Sawyer, Amanda, of course, Jack Molden, my friend, of course, Peggy, I'm just going up, and Dolly, and I know that Lady Hawk was also there, Baffle 91, Cameron, the asteroid dragon, very nice, and so on. Buddy Scott. I also saw Susan North. I hope I'm not Carrie, and so on. Dear Lionheart, very nice. Dear Lionheart, did you win something last time? Maybe I missed out on you. If I did, just send me a reminder. I know I forgot someone last week, so I'm sorry for that. But anyway, have a lovely have a lovely week, and goodbye from Shaya, and we'll see you again in 14 days.
Yep, have a great day. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. Have a safe weekend.
Okay, thank you.